Hey folks, it's Cantu from the Win and from the Miracle Mindshift. So we're wrapping up these shows because they're getting a little more intense, and I want to do the Miracle Mindshift for 100 days. We're going to go over a little bit, but the final episodes are you're watching them. All right, so today I want to just tell you a little bit about my crazy week. We're looking at quantum physics, quantum healing, and this thing we call magnetism, which we all have. And I'm getting to the point where I have very kind of like dangerous levels. Now, I shouldn't say dangerous, but I mean unexpected levels of accelerated energetic properties in my energetic body. All right, so magnetism is this deliberate directive force that we have. We have three bodies, as you know, your physical body, your emotional, electronic body, and your spiritual body. The electronic body is really, really interesting to me because this is where we hold on to a lot of our resentments, a lot of our anger, our frustrations. And if you're not careful, this can actually spiral out of control and create psychosomatic illnesses, like what Dr. Maltz talks about in psychocybernetics. You can become like a hypochondriac or worse, and just really have a negative perception on life. But we're going back to like the Rabbi Berg stuff, where he's talking about the book about uh, what was it, nano, and we're looking at like subatomic particles in your atmosphere, in your body, in your electronic field, and you can also pull in the same types of negative situations and negative people back into your life. They may have different faces, they may be different people, but they still bring in the same type of negative vibrations, which can put you in loops of dysfunction. And we'd like to clear all that. So, and you can do that. So remember this. We were talking about Tesla a little while ago, and I got this book about Tesla right here. And he talks about, there we go. We got some funky lights going on today. We're talking about things moving in a cycle of vibrations and frequency. All right. That being said, let me tell you what happened last week. So I I had to go to the hospital for my mother. She had a sleep test. I had to take this mask back to the hospital with the results on it. And I got pulled over by the police, which is really weird because that never really happens to me. Uh, he claimed I ran through a stop sign, which was not true. It was a little country backwoods road, so there's no witnesses. Anything could have happened because you see these videos on YouTube and with police brutality and stuff. Anything could happen. And but he claimed I ran through a stop sign, and that was not true. Let me tell you what happened. This is really interesting. Okay, so I have this collective magnetism, this electronic body. I'm super perceptive now on my environment. When I was driving, uh, I I saw the stop sign with my peripheral vision. I could see everything. I knew I had to go to the hospital. I had to go straight down, this road, and I knew exactly where I was going. I had to be there by 10 o'clock. So I had about 15 minutes to get there. But as I did so, I also stopped at the stop sign. I noticed a stop sign like over here. I noticed a cop over here. I saw him with my peripheral vision. I mean, I saw them both and I stopped. Now I didn't look, but I looked at him as I stopped, letting him know I see you. And I kind of thought, well, that's a really interesting place to hide. And then I proceeded to move forward. And as I did so, he followed me. Now, I didn't stop for a long time, but I did stop the car and I moved forward. And he was trying to say I rolled through the stop sign, which is not true. Um, and things kind of escalated, and I knew I kept calm. I looked right into his camera on his chest, and I told him, "Go ahead and arrest me, or take me in. Isn't that what you do?" Because or write me a ticket. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. Do one of the three. And he kept saying, "So you weren't paying attention, you were driving." I says, "I was paying attention." I said, "And that's not what I said. I said I was looking on the road, but I also saw him and the stop sign simultaneously." Right? Unbelievable. So I got away with no ticket. And what's interesting about the whole story is that perception of knowing your exact environment is so important. It's like this extra perception, extra sensory perception. You know who had that? Was Sherlock. Sherlock Holmes had it in the movies, where he's keenly aware and precisely aware where he's at and what he's doing at all times. And it's a very interesting place to be. That's a very interesting place to live, to be that perceptive. So I want to just tell you about that. So that's a little add-on to my magnetism episode, because these things do count. Anytime that you accelerate in your growth development, whether it be mind, body, or spirit, is worth notating. And you should also be keeping a journal of all of your success and all your benchmarks. Wow, powerful stuff, man. So, so today is Monday. Um, I want to talk a little bit today too. I'm just adding on to some things I've talked about in the past. When Tesla says to look at your vibration and your frequency, but vibration is so important because I think when you want to manifest something, you got to speak it into existence. And there's a really great video about this right now, talking about the vortex math and and also identifying the numbers 369 and how that relates to the quantum field. And you want to manifest what's in the quantum field and bring it into your dimension, your reality. So what you're experiencing right now in your life is a direct response to the things that you think about. So everything that you're surrounded by is a byproduct of your thoughts, and how you can relate to that is so important, because this is all about living. All right, so you got to speak what you want into existence. Your frequency is going to be your attitude. How do you feel about what you want to manifest? Like when you wake up in the morning, do you go like, "Wow, I'm so excited, to do a new venture today. I'm so excited about this new project that's coming in. I just can't wait to get my hands in it, and to meet the amazing people that I'm going to be, helping." Or do you dread the new week and don't speak and just spend a lot of time in thought? That is the real misconception about the law of attraction, is that this idea that you can just think about happy things and they materialize. Realistically, you want to be vocal, and you got to vocalize what it is that you want, and you got to be excited about what you want. So these are really things that you need to be doing on an active basis. That is part of the quantum belief, the 360 vision. It's kind of like you have eyes in the back of your head. When you start fine tuning all of these principles and start to work with it, and that goes back to like your breathing exercises, anything to create motion and energy and to build up a force around you is really, really important. So I got this book. I wanted to share it with you really quickly, and I'm going to keep it short today. So I just want to kind of just go over some points. But this right here is Quantum Faith. And it was written by Annette Capps from Capps Publishing Group. And I'm just give you a summary of what this is, because there seems to be a lot of disconnect between actual faith and then quantum healing. Okay, so here we go. So quantum faith, exactly what is that? This is, how does quantum physics relate to the Bible? And can words move mountains? And how did Jesus supersede the laws of physics? There are amazing similarities between the teachings of Jesus and the discoveries of the new physics quantum theory. The concept of speaking to mountains and trees may not be religious metaphor, but laws of the new physics that have not been fully understood. Jesus taught that our words are powerful enough to move physical matter. Quantum physics has discovered that subatomic particles respond to the observer. So this book is actually shows you how to discover that your words and your faith are unseen forces that affect everything in your world. And since you're the one that's giving substance to your world through words, this book is actually a really good guideline to to move things and to get things going for you. It's from the Capps Publishing Group. I don't know when this is actually done. This is actually since 2007. I was told this was ordered online, and I got a copy of it. So I'm not the one who actually ordered it, but I'm sure you could probably find this online. But so I'm just going to go ahead just a couple of different things here because I think it's really interesting to you to hear this. Okay, so the scripture, it says, talks about this. If we know that all things are made from atoms, which are subatomic particles, these particles are not really particles because they exist only in a state of probabilities around us until somebody observes them, at which point and they appear as a thing. Now, this might sound crazy, but in the book of Hebrews, it does say this. Chapter 11, verse 1, it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for the evidence of things not seen. Calling things into existence on a subatomic level, vibration, frequency. So the New Testament says it like this. It says, so that what is being observed has not come out of what is appearing, what is visible. What makes it appear? You, the observer, with faith that gives substance to your hopes and dreams. And this just really goes on and on about how to look at this. And we are sowing our own seeds and making our own choices for good or evil. Or you could say it like this. Proverbs 18, verse 21 says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Now, we talked about that a little bit in the past with the horrific days of Sam Kinison. Poor guy. You speak things over yourself in negative terms, and you can manifest literally negative consequences. Now, in the quantum subatomic arena, there are only possibilities and probabilities. So things may come true, things may not come true. It depends if we give vibration and life to them, right? So things don't work like you think they should. Nothing is there until you look. All that exists is only an infinite number of probabilities. And Jesus said, remember what Jesus said, all things are possible to him that believeth. That's Mark chapter 9, verse 23. Now, I just want to tell you that this book actually just makes it very, very simple. It's very concise. And if you really want to look at, looking at your faith, looking at vibration and frequency, definitely is so important to how you manifest the things in your life. If you want to break negative cycles, if you want to actually manifest something big for yourself, the important thing is to actually speak it into existence. Now, here's something really weird. Okay, so I'll just tell you the miracle mind shift as I'm learning different things about how it all works. It is very, very important that you speak vocally over the conditions, over the negative conditions, over what you want to manifest in your life, and to be very, very vocal and, very audible about it over yourself. A lot of people don't do that. They'll pray in silence. They'll pray. They won't speak when they pray. They won't make these great proclamations about their direction in life, or where they want to be, or what they want to achieve. They don't do it vocally. They do a lot of wishing, but the wishing is not going to bring it into existence. Vocalizing it, commanding it, as we heard that word command a lot, that is really where you want to put your focus. So it says, do you believe that the words that you speak come to pass? From this time on, listen to what you are saying about the things around you. Are you speaking curses into your checkbook? Are you telling it to dry up from the roots? How about your children? What are you telling them? They will obey your prophecies of failure and delinquency. Huh. Now, things that are responding to your words every day, speak good things about all the things that surround your life. Hmm. Everything vibrates, nothing is solid. It has the appearance of being solid, but everything does come in. You break it down to vibration, all physical matter. And by that, I also say that the things that you think about will appear in your life. Everything that's in your life right now is the result of a thought, a vibration, or some sort of intention. All right. So that's that. I just wanted to say that there's hmm, these little books are good. This one's from Jim Rohn. He was the mentor for Tony Robbins. A couple good things in here. Talking about success. Success is not to be pursued. It is to be attracted by the person that we become. And that kind of fits in here too. The greatest form of maturity is at harvest time. That is when we learn how to reap without complaint, if the amounts are small, and how to reap without apology, if the amounts are big. Wow. So I like this. Success is not to be pursued, but it is to be attracted by the person that we become. But the same thing works the other way too. If you're doing unscrupulous things and you are not a person of high virtue, you will attract problems of all variety. Okay. Vibration, frequency, manifestation, magnetism. Get to know your truth by studying the truth and then watch what happens. Okay, we're going to wind this up right now. I want to thank you for watching on this episode, and we were going to have some highlights in the next one about where we were from day one all the way up to the present moment. And I promise you there will be more miracles coming up because I got some new things coming in. This one here about magnetism, I just had to share it with you because when you're completely surrounded with your good intentions, your high manifestation principles and goals, and you put them into action, into an active force, and you're very keenly aware of where you are, things will shift. And I think noticing the smallest details of your progression is so important when you start charting your success around your mind, body, and spirit, because they are all interconnected. All right, so if you have any questions, and I'm sure you probably do, you can always give me a call at 248-277-6141. And you can also find me online at tedcantu.com and look for me on right here on YouTube for the Miracle Mindshift channel. And if you like what you see, smash the like button, and we'll have more insight for you. This has been Ted Cantu. And remember, if I can overcome my problems, you can too. And I want to thank you for watching today. And I'll see you online.